podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media accounts. We're out there. Like I said earlier on, we get back to you rather quickly. Like you said, we said, if you have any topics you want us to talk about, we're more than happy to ramble on about something. Follow us on iTunes, Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon. Dave, go ahead.
Alexa, tell Siri to play 1420 Sports Podcast.
There we go. One of these times it's going to work. We don't get to it every week here in the 1420 podcast. And it's if we get talking about God knows what, about God knows when, half the time we lose track. But a lot of times my favorite conversation with Dave throughout the week is the would you rathers. They're thought-provoking, very entertaining for me. Anyways, I don't know what you guys think of. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on the social media accounts of the would you rathers from Dave. Dave, throw me this week's would you rather.
Okay, so this week's would you rather is it's what would you rather hear? What would you rather hear? What would you rather hear from the guy that just won the game, the big game? What would you rather hear from the guy? And then after that, play is made, whether it be the home run, whether it be the interception, whether it be the sack, whether it be the reception, whether it be the touchdown pass. And then they get it, and there's, after the game, they go, hey, Derek Chesterfield Jeter.
Sanderson, but whatever.
Oh, I thought it was Chesterfield. I'm sorry. Derek Chesterfield.
That's what his girlfriend's called him, Chesterfield.
Oh. That's where they slept. What do you want to hear out of his mouth? I want to thank Jesus. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my teammates. Or I want to thank me. And Jesus, we all know that. Mom, we all know that. Teammates, we all know that one. Or we want to thank me, a la Richard Sherman, that famous interview when Seattle beat the 49ers.
Well, another famous Richard.
Or Ricky Henderson.
Another famous Richard would thank me a lot.
Yeah.
But he.
What do you want to hear?
But the. Okay. Jesus ain't watching. Like, not once. We won't get into this a whole bunch. And we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago off the air. I'm still not really sure what Jesus did. So Jesus, I hope no one's thanking him. And it's not a political shot at anybody. I'm not very well versed in the whole in the
Jesus and God and Vishnu. I don't care who you worship. Yeah. They should not give a fuck.
Yeah, Jeebus ain't watching. Jeebus ain't watching. Not for 1 second. So
bigger issues.
So I'm off on. So your number one guy, Jesus. He'd be 4 for me out of that 4. I would give because it used to happen a lot. I remember back in the early 80s, at the end of the interviews, it was a hi, Mom, I'm doing okay, because most of these kids were away from home for the first time. So Mom gets at the end of the interview, she's not getting thanked because she gave birth. She's like, they aren't saying that, but at the end, hi, Mom. So she was getting that. I think that's very important for an athlete to be doing that. So she gets the back end of the interview that isn't sports related. If you score a coast to coast with the most or a game-winning home run, I think you got to pat yourself in the back a little bit once in a while, man. It's a thankless job. Like if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're going to the Hall of Fame, but you succeeded 3. And every once in a while, a little self-gratification ain't a bad thing. Not on a consistent basis, but if you hit a home run and you say, yeah, I saw it, I hit it, squared it up, that was me, man. I did it. I'm the one who did that. I was the only one up to bat. Yeah, sure, my teammate may have got the double play in the top of the inning, but you know what? I hit that freaking home run. Nobody else did. That was me. I'd like to thank my teammates for giving me the opportunity to do this, but you know what? I did it. He didn't. I did. That's my baseball card. That's going to have that. That's me on that. That's my poster that's going to have me on that. Little kids tomorrow in the schoolyard are set. They're reenacting my home run. They're not talking about the ground ball you picked up in the third inning that you got us this point. So that might be a bit of a pompous attitude towards that, but that's my answer.
But they're not digging the base out of second base and lifting it over the head and saying Jesus is the greatest of all.
No.
Ricky's saying
I did it.
I am.
Today I am the greatest.
I am the greatest. And
because to be a professional athlete, you have to have that kind of an attitude that says, I'm pretty good at what I do.
I you know what? Not to the extent that you love this. and I knew which one you would take.
Well,
I knew you would take
I love me some me sometimes.
Well, like if me can't love me, who can love me? Right?
That's right.
And
take care of each other, more probably take care of yourself. That's right.
But it is. You're completely right. Like there ain't no crime in giving me a little bit of credit for the thing.
There has to be some humility the way you deliver it.
Right, like that.
The Sherman thing, that was a joke.
The Sherman thing, a sad receiver and all that kind of stuff.
Yell at Aaron Andrews and
whatever. Yeah, we're talking about the same interview, and that read me a little bit wrong. And I don't mind, even though I still hate Seattle. Like it's the Seahawks are always a team I will continue to hate forever.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind Richard Sherman. But that rubbed me a little bit wrong. Like it rubbed me a little bit wrong. And then also there's a thing about interviewing athletes when the adrenaline is high and they just made a big play.
You are who you are, man.
You are who you are. But like when someone starts an interview, first of all, before we do anything, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
That's fine.
Fuck your fucking hat. No, it's not fun. It's not fun. Jesus don't give a fuck.
He ain't watching.
Jesus has bigger fish to fry.
He's taking care of A-Rod.
Starving in Africa.
He's taking care of A-Rod and J-Lo. They broke up again.
Well, like once again, like to put that on the list of shit I don't care about.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Like why did we have to give Jesus Christ some stroke when there's people dying for a drink of water in Africa and they're kid soldiers and shit like that.
Yeah, so
like fuck your hat.
I really hope Jeebus is watching that stuff and not a baseball game. That's for sure.
Well, even Jesus has to take a day off and kick his feet.
Well,
up,
he did apparently.
Like the Sabbath to keep it holy, and that's where shit goes.
That's why there's Super Bowl Sunday, I guess. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways,